Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to give you a short overview of HK Academy, what it is, who it is for, and how learning is structured. If you are interested in digital control of power converters and want to connect theory with real implementation, this video will help you understand whether this platform is a good fit for you. Before we talk about HK Academy, let me briefly introduce myself and explain why this platform exists. My name is Haris Kovacevic. I hold a PhD in electrical engineering and I have been working for more than 10 years in the field of power electronics and motor control. Over the years, I have worked in different industries, from automotive motor control applications to home appliances, where some of my software is running today inside washing machines, and later on the industry power electronic systems, including high power DC to DC converters and PFC applications. So, my background is very practical: real hardware, real constraints, real deadlines. And while working in industry, especially in digital control, I kept noticing the same problem again and again. There are very few step-by-step explanations that connects control theory, simulation, firmware implementation, and real measurements on hardware. Many young engineers and also experienced engineers switching from hardware to software struggle not because the math is too hard, but because the learning path is fragmented. That's why HK Academy was born in mid 2025. The goal is simple: to help engineers learn how to think, design, and debug digital control systems in a way that actually works in industry, with a strong focus on problem solving in power electronics. I mainly focus on digital control implemented in C, starting with TIC 2000 microcontrollers. But the concepts are not C2000 specific. The fundamentals apply to any MCU, and over time I will also expand to platforms like STM32. And just to be clear, I'm still working in industry today. HK Academy started as a side project driven by a very real gap I experienced myself. Basically, this is the platform I wish had existed when I was starting out. So, who is HK Academy actually for? This platform is for people who are interested in digital control and, more importantly, in practical implementation. If you want to understand not just the equations, but how control theory turns into working firmware and real waveforms on hardware, then you are in the right place. HK Academy is built for engineers who want to connect theory and practice, not treat them as separate worlds. It is also important to be honest about expectations. This is not a platform for passive learning. If you are only looking to watch videos without ever testing things yourself, this is probably not the best fit. On the other hand, if you want to really learn, to improve your skills, apply them in practice, and grow as an engineer, then this platform was built exactly for that. And whether you are starting out or already have some background in power electronics, that's fine. Not everyone begins at the same point, and the platform is designed so you can choose a starting point that matches your current knowledge. The key requirement is curiosity and the willingness to engage actively with the material. HK Academy is not about shortcuts, it's about understanding why things work and how to fix them when they don't. In industry, engineers usually learn by working next to more experienced colleagues. And while mentorship does exist, the reality is that senior engineers often don't have the time to explain things step by step. They are typically involved in multiple projects, working under tight deadlines, and sometimes they themselves haven't touched a specific topic for years. As a result, many young or less experienced engineers get stuck or spend a lot of time searching for information on their own. And even though there is a lot of material available online, tools alone don't teach you how to think. What is often missing is a structured learning path that builds the right engineering mindset, especially in power electronics. That's exactly how HK Academy is designed. We start from the foundations: basic electrical engineering concepts and embedded C programming, specifically from the perspective of power electronics engineers. From here, we move to microcontroller architecture and platform specific knowledge, such as understanding what a given MCU is capable of, how its peripherals work, and how to use them efficiently in real time control applications. Next comes control theory and compensators, not just the mathematical models, but how those controllers are discretized, implemented in firmware, and executed on a real microcontroller. Finally, we apply this knowledge to real power converter topologies and different control approaches because there is no single best control method. The right solution always depends on the application, the constraints, and the system requirements. At every stage, theory is connected to simulation, firmware implementation, and real hardware measurements. This way, you don't just learn what works, you understand why it works and how to debug it when it doesn't. One important thing to understand is that this is not a passive learning platform. The idea behind the course is that you actively work together with me. That's why most courses are built around evaluation and demo boards that are widely available and relatively affordable. This makes it easy for you to reproduce the results, test things on your own, and work safely without the risk that comes with custom hardware. If you are only looking to watch videos without trying things yourself, this approach probably isn't the best fit. But if you are willing to test, measure, debug, and learn by doing, this structured approach is extremely effective and very close to how real engineering work happens in industry. Another important aspect of HK Academy is how free and paid content work together. There are many free resources available on the platform: YouTube videos, simulations, scripts, and demo firmware. These are meant to help you explore topics, validate ideas, and support your learning. The paid courses are where everything is structured and connected step by step. They are designed to guide you through the full process, from understanding the problem to implementation and finally to verification on real hardware. The idea is not to lock knowledge behind a paywall, but to provide structure and guidance for engineers who want to seriously develop their skills and apply them in practice. You can start with free material and only go deeper if and when it makes sense for you. So, how should you start and what can you expect going forward? If you are completely new, the best place to start is with the free content, especially the YouTube videos. They will give you a good feeling of how topics are explained and how theory is connected to practice. From there, you can choose a course that matches your current level and interests. Some people start with basic digital control concepts, others jump directly into a specific topology or control method. That's completely fine. The idea is not to rush, but to build understanding step by step at your own pace. As for what's coming next, HK Academy is continuously expanding. Over time, you will see more power converter topologies, more control approaches, and support for additional hardware platforms. There will also be webinars and more hands on demonstrations, especially around real measurements and practical debugging. I'm building this platform long term with a strong focus on practical engineering knowledge that's directly usable in industry. If this learning style matches how you want to develop your skills, you are welcome to join and learn along with me. That's all for this overview, and I hope to see you in the next technical video. Thanks for taking the time to watch this overview. If this way of learning matches what you are looking for, you are very welcome to explore the content and learn along with me. I will see you in the next technical video.